Hello everybody, hope you're all doing okay. Welcome back to my channel. Right, so it's another school mould. I'm absolutely loving the school mould at the minute. But if you've been on my Insta, you would have seen this school here. Now I used a different material for this, and I've also put a tattoo. It's quite heavy, and what I wanted to do, because I normally work with Jesmonite and resin, I wanted to try something different. So I went and purchased some white concrete. I didn't do a video for this particular one because I wanted to see how it turned out. And as you can see, it has. Now, there has been a week since I've done this, so it is very dry. I am thinking of doing a top coat of resin here to seal everything, but I can see that the bottom here is slightly cracked. Now I have sanded that down a little bit. I probably do need to do more sanding, and also as well, when I did this, I didn't pour enough, so I had to do a second coat. So that's why you can see here that there was a second batch to put on here. So I'm gonna start doing this. It's going to be another concrete one, and see how I get on and show you the result and the process behind using my white concrete. So I'll show you. I've got a mixing jug, water, and I have got my concrete. So this is the white concrete that I've been using. I will link it below. I bought a huge batch of it because I did. I didn't want to try and buy a smaller batch, but then again, I know I'll use it all, as I want to start doing the pots with it as well. So here we go. Let's see how it goes. Okay, so I have actually just used a pot. You know what? I don't know why I've used this pot again, because it frustrated me on the other two previous videos when I used it. But I thought with it being concrete, I might as well give it a go and hopefully give it a clean, and then I'll stick it in the recycling bin if it doesn't work as well as I wanted it to. So yeah, I'm just using this as a way of mixing it up. I'm using the black mica powder as well, because I don't want this particular school, as you can see from the thumbnail, to be pure white, which would you get with this white concrete. And the reason why I've purchased this batch of white concrete is because I know I can add different colours to it and mix it up a bit. When it's the normal standard grey concrete, I'm going to have to make it white before I can then add colour to it. So at least then that process is out the way. I'm not going to be using a whisk. It's straight to the spatula on this because it is a thicker material to mix. And I don't know the measurements. And the reason for that is I just go with it, and it's making sure I get the right consistency for pouring. Now, when I did the white skull, I did a thick pour, and I knew I could probably go a bit thinner on it. So this is what I'm doing. So I'm mixing it. Now, I have had to trim this down. I've had to speed it up as well as do the voiceover. Hello. And the reason for that is it's a long video, and I am actually thanking you guys for even being here to have a look and see what I'm using to make these skulls and how it turns out, because it is a long video. I think it's like 17-18 minutes long, but most of it is the mixing process, and this is the main part. It's just to show you the actual consistency of the concrete before it actually goes into those molds. I don't want it too thick because, again, it's very similar to the Jesmonite. It's not self-leveling, so it needs a lot of manipulating, patting, banging down to try and get all the nooks and crannies on the skull, and just to prevent any air bubbles. Now, the scoop that I'm using, actually it used to be a vanish scoop, so it's like a 5mm scoop, and I think at the end of this video, I've actually used about 6 or 7 scoops of that, and I use that full 75ml water. So although I haven't physically gone and weighed it, I kind of know what I'm going to need. I do add a little bit because I do find that this particular stage that might be a little bit runny. I'm trying to go with the consistency of what the Jesmonite is like as well, but I don't want it to be too thick to not pour. But I know with concrete, it literally, the moisture absorbs out, if you know what I mean. It works, even with the being slightly runnier. But although this camera cut, it makes my concrete look green, and it is actually white. So there is a slight green tinge to it at this particular stage, but it does dry white. As you can tell from the skull that's on the screen at the moment, that is actually my original white concrete skull, which I used a little bit of pigment in it. But when I say what pigment it was actually purple and blue, and I didn't do a lot of it, so that's why it's more dominantly white. So this is me using the scoops. Now I don't know roughly how much of this pigment powder I'm going to use. When I did my previous coasters at the beginning of the week, when I did the Jesmonite, this 2 scoops of mica powder allowed that Jesmonite to go really, really grey, actually darker than the colour that it is now. So I realised that with the concrete, and then I am using a lot more of the product as well. So I do go and add more of the mica powder in. So I think I do about 4 or 5 scoops of the mica powder, and then realise I still want it to be darker. My problem is, as I wanted it to be black, I just give up after a while and fell in love with the darker grey. And you're probably going to think, concrete, normal concrete is grey. Why didn't you just do that? But as mentioned before, the reason why I'm using the white mica powder, the white concrete, get me words out, is so I can make green, blue, pink, different types of concrete. And the good thing is about concrete is once it's fully dry, I can seal it, and they can sit in the garden. They are garden ornaments. They are going to be, strong to the elements. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what I'm doing. I've got a large batch of it, which I can do pots as well. So I will be doing those. Although I do like my little tea light pots here that you can see the green mold. So again, I'm just making sure that I'm getting all the bottom, but I can see that a lot of the pigment has fallen through. So I'm just again mixing, trying to scrape out all the bottom and making sure that that black pigment, after it's sunk to the bottom of this mixing jug, comes up and mixes with the rest of the concrete. But this is the consistency that I have to pour, so it's not too thick and it's not too runny. It's perfect for pouring, and it allows me then to get it all mixed in. So at this point I'm going, I need it to be darker. So what I've done is then I've added black Jesmonite pigment to this. I just wanted to know how dark it would go. Now I get this pigment through Polysil. I got a pigment kit from them, and although that's so dark, I do apologise, my notifications keep coming in, I should have turned them off. So you can probably hear it going off. If not, I'm babbling and you're probably thinking, what the hell are you talking about? So although I wanted it to stay this dark, as I keep mixing and mixing and mixing, it does go lighter and lighter. And again with the same as the Jesmonite, and I know that I'm comparing concrete with Jesmonite here at this point, it's because I work with both these materials, is as it cures and it dries, it gets lighter. I don't know if that's because it's the white concrete that it does get lighter, but it wasn't as dark as this for the final product once I demolded it, because obviously this is voice over me, it's not in real life time. So I know what the final product looks like, and you can see it on my thumbnail as well. It's not as dark as what the colour is in here, but again you can see, look, the thickness of this concrete with the powder and the way that it pours. That is the consistency that is perfect right now for this particular concrete. Now I will list the purchase that I did below. It was a 25 kilo bag that I got. I have separated it into tubs. Please use a dust mask when working with concrete. Protect yourself. I know I'm terrible for not wearing gloves, but please follow your PPE instructions on anything. I don't want to be held responsible for you copying me not wearing gloves. So yeah, disclaimer, do not blame me. I'm just terrible. I haven't bought my gloves still. Buy everything else, just not my gloves. So yeah, I'm just mixing this, and you can see I've still got quite a lot of this concrete left. Again, I'm still trying to work out how much I'm going to need for particular molds and how to measure it out. And this is just me making sure that there's no air bubbles. They are coming to the surface, and I'm able to tap them out. And I use then the rest that's in my mixing mold to pop into my green mold, which is I call my overflow mold, to allow me to do then the little tea light pots there. And the good thing is about these tea light pots, they're concrete. They can go outside and they are going to be perfect for the summer. And I can also paint them and design them. So there's loads of things I can be doing with this. So stay with me. Please remember to like and subscribe. There's going to be plenty more videos, and I do then post 2 videos a week currently, as I'm busy doing other things as well. So I do a video on Tuesday and I do a video on Thursday. I am trying to increase my subscribers because it opens so much more for YouTube for me to be able to communicate with you guys. And I know it's just early days. This is like, I don't know, is it my second full month doing it? I started at the end of February uploading these videos. So those that are subscribed so far, thank you so much. Please remember to give me the thumbs up and like my videos, as that allows me to be seen. And thank you. Hello. Right, so I've already demolded these 2 concrete pots. Do need a bit more of a sanding. I did start sanding them down. Because of the underneath was a bit cracked, where the moisture had risen to the top, but they are really good, so they'll be perfect in the summer when you want to put maybe citronella candles in and have them on your top, which makes it a bit easier. But I've not tried to demold this, so this is the first time I'm demolding this particular skull with this concrete on video, and I always struggle to get these out, so here we go. Let's see if I can do it. So there is a bit of a crumble there because I didn't fill it to the top because I knew that there'd be moisture. Just drop it. Hopefully, because of it being the concrete that I made it with, it won't break. I might more likely break a bloody nail. Oh, sorry for swearing. If it depends if what you say, what's swearing. Oh wow. Okay, so that demolded pretty fun, and there's actually a shine to it. I am actually liking this little shine. What's going on there? Why is it shiny? Oh my god, this is amazing. Oh, I thought that was an air bubble. It's not an air bubble. It's actually where the darker concrete had gone in. Absolutely like this. This is obviously the water when it was drying. It did do a marble effect on the underneath. I don't think I want to do what I want to do with this. I think I want to leave it as it is. I was thinking of doing a paint pour over the top, but I'm liking this. This is beautiful. And I don't know if you can see, but on a previous project that I did use a bit of pink mica powder, and that was still in the mold. It didn't clean fully, so it's actually showing here and there. But wow, I love it. And this was my white concrete with the mica powder, and then I topped it up with the Jesmonite black pigment as well to see if I can get darker. And it looks as though the pigment had, yeah, here it's all kind of as it was in the mould like that, it's sunk to the bottom. Oh, love it. Just got to do a bit of a sand on the bottom because it's quite sharp in areas where I didn't fill it to the top of the mould. But I am loving this. Look at that for a centrepiece outside on your patio. Especially with these, I've got citronella on, keep the bugs away, candles. But yeah, love it. And thank you for your time and your process. And literally, if you're still here, thank you. I know it's been a long process with the mixing and trying to get the right consistency to make this. But yeah, it's turned out perfect. And I think this was ready to demold after 24 hours. But I left it just a little bit longer. I got distracted with another project. So I took it out, I think, more like 32, I think we are on. So yeah, absolutely love it. These I took out actually before the day was up. They'd actually, they were ready last night. So I took them out. So yeah, thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day. Please remember to like and subscribe, as the more you like, the more I'll get seen. And I love doing this. So thank you for your support. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye bye.